Welcome to Season 2, Episode 10. Today we got Achtung by Proud Mammal. In Achtung, there are 5 card types you gotta think about. The global laws, which affect everyone. The filibuster, which interrupts the game. Directed laws, which are pointed at one person. Amendment, which changes those laws. And then abolish law. After you've shuffled up the deck, each player gets 5 cards to start with. So I'm gonna get those shuffled out now, or handed out now. While I do this, I want to mention that this goes good with a theme night. Like if you watch the Amazon Prime Man in the High Castle, or maybe watch some other Sound of Music, get that Nazi theme going, then bust out this game. So it fits perfectly in the theme. So again, the turn is draw a card, then play a card. This one's a global law. This one says, no smiling when it's not your turn. And I picked that one because it's easy to remember. Now the other person's going to go, they didn't like that law, they're going to abolish it. Now there's very few of these, so you want to save it for laws that really, really upset you. But that's how that works. So then it's back to my turn, and so on. I get Actunged, of course I've got to discard a card. If there's more than one law in place, say 2 laws, and I Actung twice, I've got to discard 2 cards. The whole point of the game is, of course, to have cards in your hand still. So you want to play these laws and trip people up to get them to where they have to discard cards, and so on. Today we're here to talk about Achtung by Proud Mammal. I review a lot of games. Very, very few make me consider having a Broken Prism Reviews Hall of Fame, but this one is one of them. I know the intro, the gameplay video part was kind of fast, but it's because it really shines the more people you have to play. It's a party game. It's, me and my friends for years got together and we'd play that poker game where you play, people call it Waterfall, people call it Kings, whatever, but where you play the cards, they each have their own rules. This is like that, but the rules are hard scripted onto the card. So you're drawing cards, you're playing rules, and they're everything from don't smile, or you can't drink with your dominant hand, or there's different rules like that throughout the whole game. And it's really fun because as each person goes, the game gets more and more difficult. If you screw up on one of the rules, you get somebody else shouting at you, Achtung! And that means you screwed up, you have to discard a card. But as the rules pile up, getting Achtung doesn't mean you can now all of a sudden smile, which is a different rule. You have to remember all the rules even as you're discarding. So they get that special moment where you play that rule abolished, so you can just get rid of those laws. And it's great, and it's thematic. That has the in the rules in the setup, determining first player. First player is the most patriotic player. That's hilarious to me, because it also then says, determine amongst yourselves who's the most patriotic, or even fight amongst yourselves to determine who's the most patriotic. Hilarious. So this gets in there. It's not overly dirty like Cards Against Humanity or Porn the Game, as you've seen on the Game Crafter. This game is family friendly, adds a bunch of rules, and then for the people who want to make it more adult, you can turn it into discard a card and drink. There's blank cards. You can write in things specifically about drinking to add that to your list. And then it's not just follow the rules, don't follow the rules, discard. There's a whole extra section of cards that I've pointed out called the filibusters. Filibusters are great because they're mini games within the game. So you could be going along, you got all these rules in place, and now you've got to do like quarters, where you jump a quarter into a cup. That's great, but then you also can't, you have to follow all the rules that are in place, all the laws, because laws are laws. Unless they've been abolished, amended, or reversed, it's just ridiculous. So lots of fun. It's definitely approved. I would like to see, it's a Game Crafter game, so this is kind of in a prototype phase, but I do really think you should get it, play it, tell Proud Mammal, write to them that you really like it, that they should run to QPC. I'd like to see it kickstarted, and I'd like to see some more stuff added to it, because it's amazing, and it can only benefit from like a harder box and a actual rule book. just things of that nature. I mean, it's a one-sheet rule that I was reading from, but it works. It's a great, fun party game. You should get it, take it to whatever game night or hanging out in the college dorm, whatever you're doing where you're playing a party game, take this game. This game is fantastic.
Thank you for checking out a United Geeks Network family member. If you enjoyed it and are looking for other online media with a geek culture slant, head over to UnitedGeeksNetwork.com, where you will find Geek Girl Weekly. Have you ever wondered what goes through the mind of a gamer girl? Hear for yourself as Jill gives you a look into her geeky world. The United Geeks Network. You can broadcast your geekiness at UnitedGeeksNetwork.com.